And for this best practice presentation, we travel to Madrid, where we are joined by Carmen Jiménez Melgosa. She is Communications and Sustainability and Responsibility Coordinator for Pernod Ricard España. And she will talk to us about this campaign, Recicla la Noche. It's only just getting dark here in Brussels, so we're getting ready for a night. And so we'll be hearing about what this campaign is all about and how it's contributing to closing the glass loop. Carmen, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jean-Paul, for inviting me to this loop and to be able to share this best practice. I'm trying to put my, here it is. I just want to thank you also for letting me to learn from all of you. I'm not expert of glass recycling. I'm just in communication and sustainability and responsible coordination. But it is really useful to understand how the situation is and to try to improve for the better for the future. And I'm just part of Pernod Ricard, and just to place me, this is the #2 worldwide producer of wine and spirits, with presence in more than 160 markets, and I'm in the Spanish affiliate with more than 500 employees working to connect brands, hospitality sector, and consumers. And here I just put some of our brands for you to more or less understand who we are. And part of our commitment, we have a huge and tangible roadmap that it is called Good Times from a Good Place. We started in 2019 to this whole roadmap with real projects and different goals to try to achieve, and some of them they are already achieved, and others we have to keep working until 2030. And our claim for employees, clients, and consumers is that the importance of taking care of each other, and that's where we exactly have this project called Recicla la Noche, or in English it's Nights Joints Recycling. And this is a project that it is not just from Pernod Ricard Spain. It is in collaboration with an association called Noche Madrid, or Madrid's Night, and it joins or the night bars and pubs from the city with the idea to create awareness and also educate bartenders about the importance of recycling while they are working during the night, and also for consumers, because our objective is for both targets, because local bartenders need to know how to recycle glass or separate carton or other things, but also consumers have an important role here, and we want to foster and aware them. And we started in 2016 for 6 years, but we had to stop by the pandemic situation. All the hospitality sector was closed, so it was really difficult to do our work. But I would like to explain you how it is. We work in the environmental, social, and economical way. But for this, I wanted to focus on the environmental one, that we have a recycling squad, a sociological study, and some annual awards. And these are the 3 key actions that we do during this project. First of all, we have this squad that are people, volunteers that are already trained in recycling processes, and they visit different locals in Madrid just to talk with the bartenders, because we saw that many times we talk in general, but we don't really go too deeply to see what is happening with each one. For example, some of them say, yeah, we put some beans, but in the same time, we cannot go there because there are consumers around, or there are many traffic. So to understand what are the really important things that are happening, and also to talk with consumers. And after 2 months, we come back to see if things are being changing or not. This is not quantitative, it's qualitative totally, but we try to be with them there. The second one is the sociological study that mainly it's the core of all this project, because we take information and data from bartenders and consumers, and we try to understand what is their concerns and what is really happening. And this can be a tool for institutions or for other companies to understand how we have to change. Sadly, we didn't have more studies just from 2019 because we prepared that on March. And as you know, with pandemic situation, we couldn't do it on 2020. And on 2021, at first, everything was already closed. So it was really difficult to do it. But we are working for prepare it for the 2022. And I just wanted to put this to picture that people are already know the situation, but many of them, for example, say that it's difficult, complicated, or when you are in your business, you know that that's important, but in the daily day, you actually don't know how to do that and you forget it. So all this information is really important for people. And the last one, it's the Recicla la Noche awards. We try to give people recognize through these awards the best practices in terms of sustainability and responsibility, and also around social and economic things for locals, organization, regional governments. And this is the annual moment where we really put on the map what we are doing. But and we also work with some of our clients and with NGOs to help us and try to make it bigger. But this year, sadly, we couldn't do something like that because all the hospitality sector was closed. But instead, we turn it into solidarity through the prizes award. All that people that helped to resist this nightlife, because first of all, you said, okay, COVID, you closed the pubs and clubs, so they were really harmed. And also in Spain, where we have the most number of pubs in the world, so it was a really complicated situation for us. And I just wanted to say here that also from our side in Pernod Ricard Spain and the communication part that I am part of, we tried to make it bigger and try to turn it to something more closer also to young adults, because if we want to talk with consumers, but consumers are not, they are actually in the pubs. So we have to use the social media, micro-influencers to talk in the same language as they talk and try to understand that this is not something weird, that this is actually something that they can do when they are going outside, for example. And to summarize, I will say that this project, it's really important for us and for also for Madrid. First of all, to create value to our clients, because we, as companies, we have a big impact on the community, and we have to build the future of the hospitality. And I think one of that part is creating awareness and giving them tools to already make it happen. And that is connected with the second one, that awareness and education is super important, because not is the theory, it's also the practice part, and consumers have a huge role here. Everything it's about consumers. And lastly, about the impact of our actions. As we said, we are taking care of each other as huge company, and the same as others, we have a role in the society, so we actually need to care about this. So these projects help us to try to get involved with the community. And lastly, I just wanted to say that from Pernod Ricard Spain and from the group Pernod Ricard, this is just an example of what we work, but we also trying to make things better and try to achieve our goals, also because we know that we put a lot of glass in the market and we put a lot of brands, and we have to try to reduce our impact or have a positive impact. So I just put some examples. For example, our Absolute bottle, it's 80% recycled glass, or we change all our local brand called Rua Vieja. just to be 100% sustainable. And this is for our brands, but also inside we have tools to reduce our impact, as for example, this EcoPack tool that we want to make on 2025, that all our packaging will be recyclable, compostable, and reusable. And for that, we are 18,000 employees. So it's really difficult to coordinate all the affiliates, and things like this, they are really challenged for us, but we will try it. And lastly, we have the World Bar of Tomorrow. This is a project coordinated also with Recicla la Noche to make bartenders more sustainable and more responsible, also doing sustainable cocktails to reduce all what they use, and to be also responsible with the consumers. So yeah, this is all from my side. I hope you enjoy it, you like it, and thank you so much, Jean-Paul, again.
No, thanks Carmen for sharing this this best practice. It's really interesting for us because we have a lot of work planned for the HORECA channel inside Close the Glass Loop, and I think your initiative is very interesting for us to learn more. And that's actually my question to you, is the information and the knowledge that you're gathering within this initiative, especially in contact with bartenders, consumers who are active at night. How are you then sharing this information with the rest of the glass collection and recycling value chain, let's say? Is there a kind of a sharing mechanism? I'm thinking extended producer responsibility schemes like Ecovidrio, for instance, in Spain, who are also very active on these kinds of issues. Is there some sharing of information, and can we learn more?
Yeah, right now, actually not in this moment, because we were focused on just on Madrid, so it's something quite small. It's not for all Spain, and also we work for consumers and bartenders. But from Pernod Ricard, yes, we are part of Ecovidrio. We collect with them and we contribute with them. And for sure, this is one of the ways that we are studying to spread all this information, because we think that it is not only for Madrid, it's gonna be for all Spain. And also maybe this information could be really helpful for other people of the other companies or other institutions for the value chain. So for sure, we are looking to try to spread this information in the future.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting, and you've already done a part of that here today, and hopefully we'll have further opportunities inside Close the Glass Loop that will allow that to happen. HORECA, as I said, is a very specific channel. It's almost like big mega households. Each bar consuming a lot of products packed in glass. So it's definitely something of interest to us.
I think it's really difficult, this sector, the HORECA sector. It's really complicated because bars used to be small and they are not big companies. And when you have a small company or business, you focus on what you need. So recycling, sometimes it's in a second floor. So it's difficult, but we will work on it for sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carmen, for having shared this best practice with us.
Thank you so much.